Well, hey there. So today's day 39 of 84 Days of the Artist's Way. And today's video is about changing the things that you're afraid of into things that you kind of crave for the adrenaline rush of them happening. And to put a specific on that, for me, that is, of course, that's marketing. I hate putting myself out there. I hate marketing. I hate having to kind of promote myself in some kind of way. I just don't like it. I don't think I'm alone in that, but I know that it makes me incredibly uncomfortable. And so I also know that I'm in a place now with this new project that I'm working on, the Awakening Artists Collective, where I am going to be doing a lot of promoting and a lot of marketing because nobody knows about it, and people need to be told about it, and they need to know that there's an opportunity. And of course, that triggers all of these fears in me that I'm going to post something on Facebook and nobody will even respond, or I'll email people and they won't write back, or I'll ask somebody if they're interested in sharing my idea with their community, and they either don't respond or they say no. And those fears have been looming for months since I've really kind of gone on this path of doing my own thing. And it's come to the point now, and I think it's actually, to be honest with you, I think what really changed it was now that I'm really doing something that I feel deeply connected to, now that I really feel like I have honed the idea down to something that's very much true for me, I think that barrier of feeling in the back of my mind that whatever it is I'm working on isn't quite right, isn't quite there anymore. And so I'm feeling much more confident about what I am promoting, but those fears are still there, those concerns are still there. And recently I've started to post some things on Facebook and sharing things in groups that I thought were relevant, and I did have those fears in the back of my mind of like, oh man, like what if nobody responds? Like what if nobody's into this? What if it's just kind of radio silence? And then I really started thinking about it, and I was like, let that happen. Let the worst case scenario, because these are not like life or death situations ever. But let those things happen. And in fact, it did. Like I got a mixed response. There were, I posted it in one place, I got a couple of responses, and then I posted in another group of like very engaged people, and it was just radio silence. And at first I really stressed out about it, but then I was like, let me take this feeling in. Let me take this moment in. Let me just absorb this and recognize this was the thing I was afraid of. And now it's here, and I don't have to be afraid of it because it's here and I'm fine. And it's so funny because when you get to that point, that fear, the energy stays, but the definition of it changes. And I've talked about in the past with changing fear into excitement and mistaking fear for excitement, and how our minds don't know that this energy could be excitement. It interprets it as fear. It's just like, oh, this is so nice. I love this. Who gives a shit? Who cares if nobody responds? This is great. Because now I don't have to be afraid of it anymore. And that's, of course, just the nature of marketing, too. You don't just put something out there, especially on a crowded place like Facebook, and expect that, you're going to see a huge response. You have to find creative ways of doing it. That's just the nature of the beast. And that's not something for me to take personally. And so I have to remember that as well. So that's what I'm up to. Anyway, that's all. I will talk to you tomorrow for another day of 84 Days of the Artist's Way. Thanks. Bye.